You can very easily use pre-colored faux leather to make your awesome faux leather hair bows on your Cricut, on any Cricut machine that you may have. I'm also going to show you how to custom color some white faux leather that you may have lying around. My name is Kelly, and let's get clacking. I am going to be using a pattern from Creative Fabrica, but you can honestly find these patterns anywhere. There are patterns in Cricut Design Space. Creative Fabrica has many very cool ones. You can find them on Etsy, you can find them all over the place. But if you want to use the pattern that I'm going to be using from Creative Fabrica, I will leave a link down in the description. And their subscription is so worth it. That's why I have signed up and I use it all the time. So I'm going to just search for faux leather hair bows in the search bar, and it'll bring up a ton of options, and we can choose from whichever one we want to make. So I really like this butterfly hair bow, so I'm going to use that one. And as I have the subscription, I'm just going to click download. The zip file does download to my computer, so once I've opened it, it will then open a pop-up, and I will be able to select both of the files, click extract to select where I'm going to save them to, and save them to a location that I'm going to be able to find them in a moment. From there, we go to Cricut Design Space, click on New Project to open up our canvas, click Upload in the bottom left-hand corner, click Upload Image, and we can either drag and drop the file into Cricut Design Space, or you can just click Browse and search for it on your computer. I like to upload the SVG as it's a little bit less work, so if you can upload the SVG, then rather upload that one. Give it a name that you'll be able to find in the future, and keywords if you want to, and then click Upload. Now I'm going to select it and add it to my canvas. And I like to also change the color so that I can see any cut lines, because Cricut Design Space doesn't intuitively change the cut lines of a black object that is in the middle of the object to a different color so that we can actually see them. So I like to just change it to a different color so that I can see what I'm working with. Now I do want to make this a two-toned butterfly like we saw in the image, so I might cut them out of different colors. So I'm going to select each layer on the layers panel on the right hand side of the screen and change the color of the image that I want it to be. So I'm going to select the one that is going to be on the inside, and I'm going to make that one white, and I'm going to leave the other two purple because I want to have a two-toned butterfly. The next thing that I'm going to check is the sizing. So I'm going to select all of the objects and make sure that the sizing is correct. So it says that it is 11.14 centimeters by 21 centimeters. So we've got 3 objects selected, so that's why it's 21 centimeters high, but 11 centimeters wide is quite big for the bow that I want. So I'm going to make them a little bit smaller, either by just making the width a smaller number. So let's maybe make that 8 and press enter. And now our butterfly is going to be 8 by 7 centimeters. So I've just selected the actual butterfly layer on the right hand side of the panel just to see what the total size is going to be. It'll be a little bit smaller when we put it all together, but I quite like that size because it's not overwhelmingly large. And of course you can make it whatever size you want it to be. Next we're going to click Make It, and Cricut Design Space will automatically add the objects to your mat to see where you want to cut them, and I'm just going to see if I can optimize the space a little bit. If you are clicking on an object like this one and you see that the little icons don't appear like they do on this one, where you have the 3 dots or the rotational arrow, zoom in a little bit and then they should appear. So we can rotate this one, move it to the side, and have a little bit better space set up so that we can cut our butterfly and not waste too much faux leather. I am going to start on the white piece and then move on to the colored piece. So I'm going to set up the cut and then we'll show you how to color the faux leather. When you have your machine selected, now like I mentioned, you can use any machine with this. I have even cut faux leather on my Joy. It does depend on the thickness of the faux leather, but most faux leathers are quite thin, and you should easily be able to cut this on your Joy on the medium cardstock setting. I use the faux leather paper thin setting to cut my faux leather, and I have not had a problem yet. So let's see how to color our faux, and then we will cut it and assemble our bow. Hey, that rhymed. Now, with this method, what you can do is take really cheap alcohol markers. You can get them for $30 on Amazon, or for those of you in South Africa, a few $100 on Takealot. They really aren't expensive, and I will leave some links down in the description for you. I like to take 3 kind of very different colors because I find that the contrast is a lot nicer when it comes to working with these. But again, totally up to you, however you want to do this. But essentially, we're just going to color in the page. It's quite literally as easy as that. I also have rubbing alcohol in a spray bottle to help move the alcohol around, as it helps to like dilute it a little bit and make it not as strong. Because you'll see that when you draw onto the page, it does look quite harsh unless you kind of try and get the lines as less liney, that's the technical term, as possible. So you can really play around with this method and see what you like. I prefer using the chisel nib. I always open it on the wrong side first. So I prefer using the chisel nib, but again, totally up to you, however you want to play around with these kinds of things. And you can of course do the entire page if you want to. Spray it with a little bit of rubbing alcohol, and you can see how it kind of diffuses the color a little bit. If you want to, you can even flip it over to the other side, and the alcohol will then transfer there. So you get 2 for 1, or a twofer, as some of you in the US like to say. And I absolutely love that saying. It's brilliant. And it does dry quite quickly, so you don't have to worry about it being wet for too long. I mean, it's alcohol, it'll evaporate quite quickly. And of course, you can quite easily and quite quickly fill up the entire page. And if you want to have a second sheet, once you've filled up the entire page, you can press this piece of faux leather down, and then when you're done, you can lift it up, and you've got 2 pages for the price of 1. Now, of course, as much as you want to move it around, you totally can. So we can just give it another spritzy, turn it over, put it on a different direction, move it around a little bit. And not all faux leather will have writing on the back, some of it won't. So it just depends on which one you buy. Now, what I have noticed is that it may not look the absolute best on these pages, but once you cut it out and once it's actually in the bow itself, it looks divine. So trust the process, reserve judgment until the end. So now we have 2 colored faux sheets for the price of 1. And I'm totally going to cut my butterfly out of one of these sheets and use in the middle part for the white, and then we will assemble our bow. When you're cutting your faux leather, you do need to remember to always use a strong grip mat. The purple strong grip mat will really make sure that your project is successful. I've had problems in the past where the faux leather slips around a bit on the green mat, so please use a strong grip. If you do have writing on the other side and you don't want the writing to show through, you can put HTV or iron-on the back of your faux leather. Just press it very gently for the normal pressing time and temperature, and then you have beautifully backed faux leather as well. But I'm not going to do that for this one because you won't see it. So we load this into our Cricut and we just cut it. Simple as that. If you are enjoying this tutorial, please give it a thumbs up, and it is free to subscribe to my channel for more Cricut tutorials. Thank you very much, and let's get on with the video. I am going to be using some black HTV to press on the side of this. I would recommend covering the faux leather with some silicone paper so that it doesn't stain your mat, as the alcohol ink may transfer through. Maybe let's use a bigger sheet. And we then place the HTV on the faux leather, cover it with a silicone sheet, heat your mini press up to 2 bars, and press. Not applying too much pressure as you may lose the texture on the faux leather. So just be sure to not press hard. This is of course easier to do with a bigger press, but it's a small piece, so it's fine. Also keep in mind that doing this will increase the cost of your bows. So if you can get a faux leather that doesn't have any writing on the back, that would be first place. Place your faux leather on something cold to cool it off before you take off the HTV. And now we cut our bow parts out of this color. So you can see just how pretty this actually looks. And when we put that on top, granted it covers most of the color, and you can even fill in some of the color if there are gaps that you want to have color. But it looks absolutely sensational. So now what we do is we're going to glue these two pieces together, and I'm going to use Jewel Bond to glue them together, but you can use any glue. Hot glue, people find, works very well. E6000 is also another very popular glue to use. Contact glue is what I will be using later. So we're going to glue these together in the middle and make sure that the gaps line up as well. So we can totally fill in some of the gaps if we want to have some other colors popping through. So we're going to fold it in the middle, just where the lines are, and glue this on top of it while folding these sides back. And for this is where I like to use my contact glue. So I'm going to apply the contact glue to the back of this piece. Thin layer, evenly spread. And then you also need to apply contact glue to the piece that you're going to be gluing it onto. So we're going to apply just a little bit there. And again, E6000 or hot glue works very well for this as well. So I'm going to put this together just so the glue can apply on all of the locations that it needs to. And then we're going to let it dry and glue it together. So I'm going to put this all together like this. Wrap it around completely. And then undo it. And I know that it seems counterintuitive to wait for the glue to dry, but our contact glue works. We have to have glue everywhere that we want it to stick for it to work properly. So we're going to wait a few minutes for this to dry and then stick it all together. Now to stick it all together, we're going to place that in the middle. Put this on top. Wrap it around, but not too tight, otherwise you're going to squash your little butterfly. And you then have your incredibly beautiful butterfly bow, which you can now glue onto a slider very easily by just applying the same kind of method where you put a little bit of contact glue on this side and then a little bit of contact glue on the side that you are going to glue it onto, waiting a few minutes for them to dry enough to stick together, and then sticking them together. And there we have our beautiful custom colored faux leather bow. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos in the future, and remember, be kind to someone today. See you soon.